Live from Santa Monica Beach, the 2002 IFP West Independent Spirit Awards. He's forgotten more about sexual deviance and fashion crimes than most people will ever know. For the second year in a row, here's your host, John Waters.
Thank you. Thank you, and welcome to the 17th Annual IFP West Independent Spirit Awards, the award show that seems to believe David Lynch is too commercial this year. Where a feel-good movie about a child molester with a hard-on of gold wins the most nominations. An award show that celebrates what will come in sixth at the Oscars. And to top it off, you have me, a mentally ill host who wishes someone would streak him tonight. A host that encourages winners' long-winded political speeches about causes we've never heard of, so viewers can laugh derisively at the self-importance of show business blowhards. We've had a tough year. Independent films struggled at the box office. Do you know some nights in some theaters, not even one person comes to see our films when they're playing? You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Check the local details of your box office reports. It's no misprint. A lonely Monday at the 10 p.m. show somewhere in mid-America, every seat is empty. You've done the press junket, you've gained all that weight for the role, you've worked for scale to prove how serious you are about your craft, and still not one single person cares. No one came. And the theater employees are actually happy. They get to go home early with full pay. Even when times are bad, we're still lucky, though, to be in show business. Suppose the unspeakable happened and suddenly you were a normal person. A civilian, as they say out here in Hollywood. Stars, remember the few times you weren't recognized in a store and how shabbily you were treated? This is normal life for most Americans. No celebrity, no power, no free food, and worse yet, no gift bags. Suppose you had to spend your own money. Imagine being invited to a party and you have to bring the host a present instead of the other way around. And 2-week paid vacations like most people? You've got to be kidding. Hollywood's closed for a month at Christmas and everybody's Jewish. Now, at least the paparazzi would leave you alone, but then you'd realize the only photos taken of you would be at family get-togethers, and these pictures wouldn't be retouched. Being recognized can be humbling even in the most best of times. You know, a flight attendant on a plane recently was fussing over me, giving me that celebrity treatment, and just before the flight landed, she leaned over and whispered into my ear, "You are Ed Wood, aren't you?" She wasn't kidding. I advise you all to have backup careers just in case. I do. I have a vaudeville act. I just played a perverted priest in Blood Feast 2. And if I had to, I could be a teacher in jail again. Some days I miss jail, actually. I guess even big-time directors are technically eligible for unemployment, but it's a little embarrassing if you're recognizable. And besides, they might get you a real job. What could any of us do if we couldn't make movies? Directors are always telling people what to do in films, but in the workplace, we might get punched in the mouth. Where would control freaks like us get work? In a Walmart as a supervisor? Studio heads would make good welfare workers, green-lighting food stamps and emergency vouchers, but somehow power without fame can sometimes be so pitiful. Think of your worst moment in show business. The morning your film opens and every review that comes through the fax machine trashes your performance. Remember that first day on the set as a director when you called action and the entire crew gave you the finger? Distributors, that awful phone call from the big theater chain advising you that your picture was yanked off every screen after the first matinee due to hostile audience reaction? And what agent can forget his top client ODing at the premiere? Embrace your failures. Blow up all your negative reviews and post them outside your home. Brag that your film has been rejected by every major international film festival. Publicize the fact that your movie broke the record for the lowest per-screen average. Find out all the names of the 105 people that saw your film nationally and send each and every one of them a thank you note. Now, if you want to leave this business forever, go insane and have some real fun, you know. Second ADs, alter the call sheets behind the bossy AD's back and get him or her fired. DPs, like those divas from below, give them double chins and bags that even Botox can't disguise. Accountants, actually pay people net point profits. Publicists, if you're handling a star that gets on your nerves, swag the bastard. That's what I hear this revenge is called. At the end of your hellish press day, the press agent rushes back into the hotel suite just after the star leaves, empties the minibar, steals the liquor, breaks some furniture, stains the sheets with chocolates, and gets out quickly. The studio will fume at the hotel's padded bill. The gossip about the star's alcoholism will begin. His or her sex life will be besmirched by the maids, and the offending, quote, talent, unquote, will never be the wiser. Movie stars, if you really want to burn some bridges, right after principal photography has been completed on your highbrow project, immediately star in the porno knockoff version. Hedvig and his big 10 inches, Up in My Deep End, In the Bedroom, Nude, Things in My Son's Behind, and LIE, Down. If you change your mind, you can always make a comeback. If one of your old films is playing in a revival house, do what an actor of mine did. Since he played the man with the singing sphincter muscle in Pink Flamingos, nobody much remembered his face. But he'd sit in the audience, and when his part came on the screen, he'd tap the person next to him and say, "That's me." Imagine the horror. The word of mouth. What better way to announce you're back? If you've always been typecast, switch your image. If Dolly Parton would get out of drag, take off her makeup, and play an alcoholic, she'd win every award there is. Surprise the public. Sissy Spacek could get exaggerated collagen lips. Steve Buscemi, be 210 for a year. John Cameron Mitchell, marry a woman. You know what? Maybe it's time for normal people to pull a switch on us and start acting like celebrities themselves. Viewers, do it tomorrow. Give attitude, be privileged, become a star for just one day. Hand out call sheets to your families that morning. Scheduling every second of their day with chores to make you look better. Pretend the PTA meeting or the Rotary Club is your premiere. charge an expensive outfit at your department store and return it the next day with makeup stains and get your money back. Have a neighbor drive you in their beat-up car and sit in the back seat and wave to startled passersby. Demand your partner walk 3 steps behind you, and as you enter, remind him or her that you used the casting couch. Carry a cheap tape recorder. Pick your favorite soundtrack cue and blare the music every time you make a point in conversation. When friends rush out to greet you, tell them you'd prefer it if they didn't make eye contact. Steal a pocketbook or pretend you thought it was a gift bag. If anybody criticizes your behavior as boorish, sniff that you've always been, quote, review-proof, and then just laugh at how ridiculous celebrity can be. We all need to laugh at ourselves. If we can think of the most embarrassing day we've ever had in show business and chuckle, we'll be the strongest survivors of all. Proud to be between pictures, proud to be outside the system, and honored to be a part of independent film. Thank you. Thank you. Now, before we present our first award, let's hear it for a guy who's done more mixing than Ben Affleck at the after-hours party in La Dome. From the documentary Scratch, Mix Master Mike. And now to present our first award, please welcome Gillian Anderson and Eric Stoltz.
Supporting male.
Hi, we're here to present the award for the Best Supporting Male.
Male what?
Actor.
Oh, I know everybody's anxious to find out who the first winner is, so let's get to it.
The nominees for Best Supporting Male Actor are Steve Buscemi for Ghost World.
I can't believe they have him as the opening act and not the headliner. It's what an insult.
You know, there's gonna be lots of girls for you to pick from at this bar.
I'm not holding my breath in that department.
What, are we in slow motion here? Come on, what are you, hypnotized? Have some more kids, why don't you?
Don Cheadle, Things Behind the Sun.
At least I got a face, huh? At least I got a face now to put to one of the assholes that screwed up her life. And you not only screwed up her life and my life, but you screwed up her kids' lives too, man. The kids she ain't never gonna have because that rape left her sterile. Did you know that? Mr. f***ing Professional Snoop?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that, yeah?
Billy Kay, L-I-E.
Who was the little dirtbag you were with?
Howie Blitzer,
Where does he live?
Randolph Drive. Look, I didn't know he took the guns till afterwards. And I yelled at him, but he already sold them. You're not gonna hurt him, are you?
Would I hurt a boy?
No, you're capable of it.
Yeah. Get in the car.
Garrett Morris for Jackpot.
I will give you any synopsis, any Kenny Rogers. I'll even throw in Delilah, okay? Just give my man Sonny, George Jones, Grand Tour.
It's my song, Les.
I know it's your song, baby. You sing that song just like you wrote it. Hey, man, everybody knows that. But tonight, I want it to be for my man Sonny. Let that be the deal, okay?
John C. Reilly, The Anniversary Party.
And having lived with an actress now for 6 years, I'm sure you'll find directing them a piece of cake. So, God bless both of you guys. And hopefully, Claire and I will be a shining example to you for many years to come. God bless.
And the Spirit Award for Best Supporting Male Actor goes to Steve Buscemi for Ghost World.
Thank you so much. I think I will take John's advice, and I'll try and get a tan and reconsider that offer I got for Goat World. I'd like to thank Terry Zwigoff for his wonderful direction, and I'd like to thank he and Dan Clowes for the incredible script that they wrote and for holding out for me to play the part. I'd like to thank the Mr. Mudd Group, Leon Halfon, Russell Smith, John Malkovich. I'd like to thank the wonderful cast, Thora Birch, thank you so much, Scarlett Johansson, Stacey Travis, and the whole cast. I'd like to thank Universal UA for the support of the film, Chris McGurk, Bingham Ray, and everybody there. And thank you all so much. I really appreciate this. It's really an honor. Thank you so much.
From Ghost World and A Beautiful Mind, please welcome Scarlett Johansson and Adam Goldberg. First screenplay.
Okay, so we're here to present the award for Best First Screenplay. Yeah, what is it? What?
No, it's fine. Nothing. No, it's just kind of a load of crap, isn't it? I mean, Best First Screenplay. Like, these guys don't have a desk drawer full of, like, unproduced spec scripts. I mean, certainly just, like, because this one was produced, suddenly it's their best first one. I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, my first one when I was 18. I don't go around calling it my best first, Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It was good. It was great. But I had ones before them.
No, it went straight to your ass, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I have a taut ass.
You have really nice ass.
I think it's spelt.
Anyway, so...
Enough for spontaneous, witty banter.
Whatever. The nominees for Best First Screenplay are Daniel Clowes and Terry Zwigoff for Ghost World.
Richard Kelly, Donnie Darko.
Jennifer Jason Lee and Ellen Cumming, The Anniversary Party.
John Cameron Mitchell, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Stephen M. Ryder, Michael Cuesta, and Gerald Cuesta for LIE. And the Spirit Award goes to Daniel Clowes and Terry Zwigoff for Ghost World.
I guess first of all, I'd like to thank that lousy rat bastard Terry Zwigoff for making me come up here by myself when he knows I have a terrible social anxiety disorder. I'm sure Terry would join me in thanking everyone involved with making the film, the cast and crew, and especially our beloved producer Leanne Halfon, who took two unseemly louts, an aging documentary filmmaker and an obscure cartoonist, and turned us into big shot screenwriters. And thank you for not laughing. And of course, the crew and the cast, especially my two girls, Scarlett and Thora, and the great Steve Buscemi. And the generous patronage of United Artists and Granada Film, and lastly to my beloved wife Erica for not hating me after all these years. Thank you.
Please welcome the star of such independent classics as A Woman Under the Influence and Wings of Desire, Peter Falk. John Cassavetes Award.
I found my wife. How you doing, sweetie? I'm here to present the John Cassavetes Award. This award used to be called Best Movie for $500,000. But this year they decided to rename it after one of the few truly original forces in the history of movies. The father of American independent filmmaking, John Cassavetes. Well, it says up there, I'm honored. I'm also very happy to be here because John was a dear friend. And perhaps you people don't know, but some of his best films, Faces, Woman Under the Influence, was made for $500,000. Actually, Faces was made for far less. So there would simply be no American independent cinema as we know it today without John's work. John was the first, and John was the best. Take it from me. And John paved the way, and John set standards that all of us in this room are trying to live up to. So, the nominees for the first annual John Cassavetes Award are Acts of Worship, writer-director Rosemary Rodriguez, producers Nadia Leonelli, Frederick Sunwall, and Rosemary Rodriguez.
If you need help, I will help you.
I'm gonna be sick.
You want me to run you a bath?
Please don't leave me alone.
It's gonna be okay.
Jackpot, director Michael Polish, writer-producers Mark Polish and Michael Polish.
Night, Lord, give them the strength to judge my man Sonny with complete honesty. Amen. Amen. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sonny Holiday.
Step right up. Come on in. If you'd like to take the grand tour of the lonely house that once was home sweet home.
Catterskill Falls. Writer, directors, producers, Josh Apter and Peter Olson.
Sure you're not going to need this?
Yeah, I'm sure I don't need it.
That was a $300 phone. Well, I guess we're done cutting the meat, right?
You probably won't be needing this anymore, will you?
Punks. Director, writer, Patrick Ian Polk. Producers, Patrick Ian Polk, Tracy E. Edmonds, and Michael McCoran.
What are you doing for dinner tonight? Maybe you could join us.
Oh, thanks for the offer, but I have to cook dinner here. You know, when you move into a place for the first time, you have to cook dinner there, freeze up the evil spirits and all. I mean, it's an old wives' tale.
Sounds so supernatural. Well, maybe we could join you.
You shouldn't have to fight off all those demon spirits all by your lonesome self. No.
Well, yeah, really,
Unless, of
course, you and your significant other want to be left alone. I mean, that's just me, but really...
Perfect.
It's just...
What time should we arrive?
Virgil Bliss, director, writer Joe Maggio, producers Joe Maggio and John Maggio.
I know who I am. And running away ain't gonna change nothing.
People change.
Not me.
You're just scared.
Yeah, maybe I am.
What about your kid?
What about him?
Don't you want to see him again?
Of course I want to see him again.
We'll go down to Miami then.
You're kidding? That is the first place he'd look.
How do you figure that?
Because Devo is the one that sent him there in the first place, all right?
And the John Cassavetes Spirit Award goes to Jackpot.
Come on. If you'd like to take the grand tour of the lonely house that once was home, sweet home. I have nothing here to sell you, just some things that I will tell you, some things.
Thanks. I want to thank number 49, the table over there. I don't think we'll be able to check this on the plane. I don't think anybody really associates Spirit Award more than John Cassavetes, and it's nice to be mentioned in the breath with Cassavetes. Even any guy named John would probably do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sony. Thanks, John Grice, Garrett Morris.
If the independent film community were the mafia, she would be the Dawn. Please welcome IFP West's Executive Director, Dawn Hudson.
Hi, everybody. It's amazing to be in this tent with the people who have made a difference in American cinema. Without you, we would have only the entertainment industry, wretched, predictable, spineless, and driven by one goal, return on investment. But with you, we have American movies with heart and vision and spirit. You are that small, committed group of people who have changed the world, all 1,300 of you in this tent. Incredibly talented and passionate people are here today, and I'm just going to name a few. Like writer-directors Curtis Hanson, Allison Anders, and the genius David Lynch. Actors like Sir Ian McKellen, Ellen Burstyn, Stockard Channing, and Naomi Watts. Risk-taking producers like Ted Hope and James Seamus and Christine Vachon. Exhibitors like Greg Lemley and Burt Manzari, who go out on a limb time and again for unknown filmmakers. And all the committed distributors who are here today, who have raised the ceiling on what an independent film can be, and the small, tenacious community who write about independent films, thank you for championing the little guys over and over again. Thank you also to the companies who are bold enough to align themselves with a band of outsiders, supporting all the independent filmmakers in this room. And many thanks to our new principal sponsors, the Starbucks Coffee Company, and to Audi of America, especially Maria Nahigian and Marianne Wilson. And thanks to our old friends from Turning Leaf Coastal Reserve Vineyards, Lou Pascalis and Brian McFadden. And our premier sponsors from DirecTV, Susan Collins and Stephanie Campbell. And from Express, Ed Razik, Michael Weiss, and our dear Marion Schwindeman, who's watching us from home. And from Motorola, the fabulous David Pinsky. From Entertainment Weekly, John Squires and Dave Morris. And from the Bravo and Independent Film Channel, 3 people who have given their hearts and souls to independent film, Ed Carroll, Jonathan Sering, and Kathleen Dorr. Thanks also to our honorary co-chairs, the awesomely talented Nicole Kidman and the master filmmaker, Ang Lee. And thanks to our Spirit Award producer for the 8th year, Diana Zahn Story. As all of you know, IFP West has services all year round for independent filmmakers. And one of our most important programs is the Los Angeles Film Festival. This is our 2nd year, and we moved the dates to June 21st through June 29th. And most important, we have a new Target Filmmaker Award, which comes with a $50,000 cash prize. That's $50,000 cash American for the winning filmmaker at the festival. It used to be that you could walk into a movie theater and come out changed. You'd seen something that altered the way you see the world. And today, that's a lot harder to come by. Today, more often than not, you come out of the theater knowing that you've just paid for the advertising campaign for a theme park ride. But for the rest of us, for those who would rather be nourished, who would rather be challenged, who would rather be truly entertained, come to the festival, come join IFP, because all of us working together can do what no one of us, however talented, can do alone. Thank you. Next up, thank you. Next up is a man whom I adored in Moulin Rouge and in everything else he's done on stage and film. Please welcome John Leguizamo.
What's up? Independent films rule, let me tell you. I'm so proud to be here. I've done a lot of independent films that grossed less than my shoe size, but I got a chance to try crazy characters and other things I would never been allowed to try and experiment with. So I'm proud here to introduce Hedwig and the Angry Inch, the first nominee for Best Feature tonight. And we're gonna keep showing some clips in between, just because I know you have a short attention span for this award. And Hedwig and the Angry Inch, I mean, where do I start? I mean, it's not your average German transsexual glam rock love story musical. Not really. And I know what John Cameron Mitchell went through. You know, I did Wong Fu, and I know the joys of peeling duct tape from your nutsack at the end of a long shooting day. DPs yelling at you, hey, get back to the wardrobe, John, you're showing package. That's what happens. Am I right, John, or what? It's right there. How can I miss that coat, right? Hey, close those legs, man. Hedwig is a great example of how something massive can come from something very, very small, so to speak. They started the show in a drag club, then moved it from a lower Manhattan club to a big hit off-Broadway, then they turned this big hit into an even better movie. That's why Hedwig tears down boundaries that, you know, bound all of us. She reinvents the rock musical, and she looks great in a tube top. Ladies and gentlemen, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
If you got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice.
times do I have to tell you? You don't put a bra in a dryer. It warps.
6 inches forward and 5 inches back. I got an angry inch.
Please welcome two Spirit Award veterans from The Business of Strangers and the rookies, Stockard Channing and Dennis Quaid. Motorola Producers Award.
We are honored to present the Motorola Producers Award. A tradition here at IFP West recognizes an up-and-coming producer and offers him or her an unrestricted grant of $20,000 funded by Motorola.
Now, people sometimes wonder, what does an independent film producer do? Well, an independent film producer has to show a level of commitment unsurpassed by almost anyone in the industry.
For example, you know that guy on La Cienega dressed up like a submarine sandwich waving at cars? He's actually an independent producer. Just trying to get his film off the ground.
Lawrence Bender, right?
Yeah. No, actually he's on Fairfax, but at any rate. The Motorola Producers Award honors just that spirit of dedication, and the nominees are
Renee Bastian and Linda Moran, producers of Martin and Orloff and LIE.
Adrienne Grubin, producer of Treasure Island and Olympia.
Jasmine Kosevich, producer of Just One Time and The Adventures of Sebastian Cole.
Nadja Leonelli, producer of Perfume and Acts of Worship. And the Motorola Producers Award goes to... Where is it?
Renee Bastian and Linda Moran.
So I wish some of the people up here had been a little bit more, less eloquent. I'm thinking desperately of something clever to say, and nothing comes to mind. Thank you so much, AFP West, for recognizing our work in such a fashion. This is really very, very important to us. What we would like to say is that when you make films in the way we have done so far, with very limited resources, you can only do that through the contribution and help and great work of a lot of other people. And we would like to receive this very sexual thing on behalf of the many very, very talented directors and performers and crew people that have worked with us and enabled us to do the kind of work that we have done. And it's great for us to see so many of them here in this room nominated today. Some of them that should have been nominated have not been nominated. And Romeo Tyrone is here, the DP, who did a great work in LIE, and Pierre Feld is the composer who did great work also on the same movie. And just very briefly before I let Linda say some things, I would just like to thank Svenja, my future wife, for hanging in with me and also not hating me after 6 years of bearing with me in this industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We particularly want to thank our fellow producer and wonderful director on LIE, Michael Cuesta. Thank you. The great actor, Brian Cox. We brought such humanity to this role and such credibility to our film. And the fearless Jeff Lipsky and everyone at Lot 47. Thank you.
Please Please welcome the Spirit Award-nominated writer-director of the anniversary party and the star of 6 Feet Under, Alan Cumming and Rachel Griffiths. Screenplay.
We're here to present the award for Best Screenplay.
But first, we wanted to take a moment to talk about an issue that affects all of us.
We can all debate the merits of studio films versus independent film, but one thing is for certain, that far more people get laid after watching a studio film.
We feel that this has gone on long enough. And to give you a sense of the crisis at hand, we had the IFP West research staff put together a little graph. This graph represents the percentage of people who got laid after a typical Saturday night screening of The Mummy. An impressive 82%. And here are the same numbers for Donnie Darko. 18%.
Kate and Leopold, 91%. LIE, 11%.
Charlie's Angels, 100%. In the Bedroom, 3%. Independent filmmakers, we beseech you, would it kill you to make a fish-out-of-water romantic comedy? Or a sexy suspense thriller with a shocking surprise ending?
We're confident that if more people got laid after seeing independent films, they'd return time and time again to see more independent films and get laid. Thank you. And now the nominees for Best Screenplay are
Milo Attica and Will Rokos for Monsters Ball.
Henry Bean, The Believer.
Rob Festinger and Todd Field for In the Bedroom.
Richard Linklater, Waking Life.
And Christopher Nolan for Memento.
And the Spirit Award for Best Screenplay goes to Christopher Nolan for Memento.
Thank you very much. This is a tremendous honor. Very grateful to everybody at IFP. Thank you very much. The screenplay would just be sitting in a drawer somewhere if not for an enormous number of people. In fact, it wouldn't even be in a drawer at all if not for my brother Jonah, who came up with the story that it's based on. Thank you, Jonah. And then I'd also like to thank my wife and producer, Emma Thomas, Aaron Ryder at Newmarket, Will Tarrier, Chris Ball also at Newmarket, and everybody else there. Team Todd, Jen and Suzanne, thank you very much. Patrick Waxberger at Summit, and the great Bob Burney for distributing the film, thank you. And a whole number of people who contributed to the making of the film in incredible ways. My wonderful DP, Wally Pfister. My great production designer, Patty Podesta. And my incredible editor, Dodie Dawn. And not least of all, an incredible cast. Carrie-Anne Moss, who's here today as well. Thank you very much. The extraordinary Joey Pants. And perhaps most of all, Guy Pearce, who gave an incredible performance. Thank you.
She won a Spirit Award for her debut in Girl Fight and is currently starring in Resident Evil. He starred in You Can Count on Me. Please welcome Michelle Rodriguez and Mark Ruffalo. Debut performance.
So, it's difficult to describe the pressure that comes with acting in one's first major role in a film. Even on the most supportive sets, you get the feeling someone is holding their breath, hoping that you don't screw up.
The only way to get through it is to focus on the basics. Know what the character wants, and when you talk, tell the truth. And when you're not talking, listen.
The actors in this category succeeded in giving voice to a group of unforgettable characters.
The nominees for Best Debut Performance are Paul Franklin, Dano, in LIE.
Sorry about bringing that bimbo into Mommy's book.
Mommy's not a bimbo.
Did you ever think for a second how I'd feel about that? I mean, you were just like, well, Mom ain't around, so I'll just get someone else. But that decision took you like a week. I mean, how would you feel if I got some guy to replace you?
I'm still your father, Howard. Time's up, Liz.
Guess I'll see you when you get yourself out of this mess.
Honor Reader, Acts of Worship.
Hey, don't talk to me like you know me because you don't know me. Yes, I do, Alex. I know you better than you know yourself.
Oh, you think you're better than me?
No, I don't think I'm better than you. I've changed and you haven't yet.
I have changed and you haven't yet. Jesus! Do you know what, Digna? I am not you, and I don't want to be you.
Tell him, girl. Clint Jordan, Virgil Bliss.
It seems that there are several inaccuracies here on your application.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about that.
When, Virgil?
As soon as when you saw what a good worker.
Virgil, you're an excellent worker. It's just
No, I mean, have you seen them bathrooms in there? I'd eat my lunch off them bathrooms in there.
nobody's saying you're not a good worker. It's just that we have certain policies here. Virgil, I wish you'd sit down.
What if I worked a couple extra days? Huh? I mean, you don't even have to pay me. I come in for free for a couple extra. What about weekends? I work weekends if you want me to.
Yolanda Ross, Stranger Inside.
Jumping the gun. What you talking about? You see I'm trying to tell you something here? I've been waiting a long time for this. My whole damn life I've been waiting to find you. And they telling me I'm crazy for liking it in here, for trying to get over here next to you. But see, fuck all that. This is all I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm up in this motherfucker because of you. My flesh and blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Hillary Howard, Anthony Leslie, and Mitchell Riggs in Catterskill Falls.
You seem to be very big on this whole planning thing, which, you know, I suppose we kind of differ there.
I don't know, there's a big part of me that wishes we could just be a little bit more spontaneous and kind of live whatever we wanted to live and not necessarily make all these plans.
I think we can plan and be spontaneous, honey. I don't think it's a question of spontaneity. I think it's a question of thinking through your behavior.
It's time.
And the winner is
Dun, 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 dun.
Paul Franklin Dano, LIE.
Wow. All right, first of all, I brought Michael Quest up here, the director of LIE, because I have to thank him for everything. Yeah. He gave me the opportunity to play this part, and he also, you know, he gave me everything verbally and everything in the script, which he co-wrote, which I had to do, and I really couldn't have done it without him. So Michael Cuesta. I just can't thank him enough. All right, I'd like to also just thank Stephen Gerald, who co-wrote the script with Michael, Renee and Linda, our producers, Brian Cox, who co-starred in with me, and he was such an amazing help. There's some tough stuff we had to do in there, and he helped with my confidence and my motivation and everything. I can't thank him enough. Romeo, Tyrone, Judy Henderson, Jeff Lipsky, everybody at Lot 47, thank you very much. And I'd like to thank my family for putting up with me, and my manager, Sandra Chang, Industry Entertainment, Acme, and I guess I'd just like to thank all these people for helping me achieve one of the greatest accomplishments of my life this far, which is really this film. And this award just goes to show that. So thank you all.
Please welcome a woman who never met an independent film she didn't like. She's the star of the upcoming feature Pumpkin, Christina Ricci.
Best feature. Best feature.
LIE is not your average love story. The film explores the relationship between a charismatic ex-Marine with a history of preying on young boys and a 15-year-old boy who is desperate for guidance and affection. The relationship between Howie, played by Paul Franklin Dano, and Big John, played by Brian Cox, strikes a balance between offending our sensibilities and forcing us to reconsider our notions of paternal love. It is a film that inspires, questions, challenges, and enrages, and is one you won't soon forget. Here's LIE.
Comes a roly-poly man and is singing songs of love.
Demon or bird, said the boy's soul. Is it indeed towards your mate that you sing? Or is it really to me? For I, that was a child, my tongue's used sleeping. Now I've heard you. Now in a moment, I know what I am for. Die awake. Nevermore the cries of unsatisfied love be absent from me. Never again leave me be the peaceful child I was before.
Just then when the hurdy-gurdy man came singing songs of love. Then when the hurdy-gurdy man came singing songs of love. Hurdy-gurdy-gurdy-gurdy-gurdy sad.
The Beast is back. Please welcome Sir Ben Kingsley. Supporting female.
Without supporting actors, every film would be swimming to Cambodia. And, and even Spalding Gray gets very, very lonely. So, not to take anything away from solo performers, but one must admit that it's very nice to see actors interacting with each other on the screen, particularly in independent film where the supporting roles tend to be more interesting, richer than the lead roles in most studio films. And our nominees for Best Supporting Female are Davina McFadden, Stranger Inside.
Smell that. Nothing like the smell of freshness. Fresh from California.
Yo, Granny used to grow kale and tomatoes. You remember that little garden she had on the balcony?
Wasn't never around, girl. I was always on the street and in trouble. Those are your memories. Mine aren't the same at all.
Carrie-Anne Moss, Memento.
I'm not taking your glasses on. It's hard for me to... Thanks. So you have information for me?
Is that what your little note says?
Yeah.
Must be tough living your life according to a couple of scraps of paper. You mix your laundry list with your grocery list, and you'll end up eating your underwear for breakfast. I guess that's why you have those freaky tattoos.
Summer Phoenix, the believer.
Jewish, Jewish, Jewish. The only people that ever talk about it that much are Jews.
Nazis talk about it all the time.
Do they?
Real ones. Hitler and Goebbels, they talked about it incessantly.
Oh, is that why you became a Nazi? To talk about Jews incessantly?
You want to punch in the mouth?
Okay.
Tamara Tooney, the caveman's Valentine.
I think you got it all wrong about these people. You better open your eyes, take a look around.
Leave me alone, woman. How'd you get in here anyway?
I rode in on your dreams.
Well, right on out.
You better wake up, baby, before you get murdered in your sleep. You hear me? You better wake up.
Uma Thurman, tape.
I hope you die for it and go to hell. And if there is no hell, I hope you suffer on your way to death. My hope is that your last living sensation be that of a steel rod being shoved repeatedly up your insides so that it batters your heart and punctures your stomach. Is that along the lines of what you wanted?
And the Spirit Award for Best Supporting Female goes to Carrie-Anne Moss.
Thank you so much. I always get so emotional when I talk, so ignore me. It always happens. I feel so honored to be an actor and to make a living at being an actor. It's such a blessing. And I thank you, Christopher Nolan, for giving me the opportunity to play Natalie. It was really so much fun for me, and I thank you. And Newmarket, I thank you as well. And Team Todd, thank you so much. Guy Pearce, what an amazing performance he had in this film. I thank him. Joey Pants, you know I love you. Wherever you are. I'd like to thank my team of Elizabeth Hodgson, my manager of 11 years, my agent Scott Lambert, Hilda Queeley, Bob Lang, my lawyer, my publicist Jennifer Allen. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I have such amazing friends who support me to, you know, live in the moment and face fears. Maria Bello, you're a big one for me. And my mom, who's in Vancouver, had to find the cable station to be able to watch this in Canada. Thank you, Mom. And of course, my love of my life, my husband, Stephen Roy, thank you so much. I love you more than anything. And thank you. This is huge for me. And I thank you very much. Thanks.
Well, I'm back because there's something else cinematically alarming I feel compelled to share with you. We're here today to honor movies, but if we're really honest, we'll admit most people end up seeing our work on video or DVD. These days, small towns sometimes only have one movie theater left, and I guarantee you, Lumumba ain't gonna be playing. So they'll see our movies on tape, which is okay. Without video, My early filthy films could have never infected such a motley group of young malcontents. A few kids in the sticks still remember me as their first bad influence, and I can only thank the video business. But DVDs are even better. Leave it to Hollywood to figure out a way to get people to buy the same film 3 times. Laser, VHS, and now DVDs. The technology that inspired the collector gene in all movie lovers. DVDs are now the new hardback books. If you go home with somebody, the first thing you do is snoop through their DVD collection to see if you'll sleep with them. People with bad titles don't get lucky. And video only, not even a goodnight kiss. DVD buyers today seem to demand bonus footage. Well, suppose you don't have any left over from your film. Do you have to do reshoots to supply fake outtakes? Buy edited lifts that were cut out of other people's movies with the same stars and then pretend they're yours? Hire lookalikes to shoot blooper reels? And why is it the directors are the only commentaries on most DVDs? Isn't it getting a little cliched? Why not use the editor's voice? Can't this hack of a director match a shot? You should have seen the footage I had to work with. I saved this film. How about the craft service people? We never get to hear from them. Imagine what they'd say. To hell with food issues. That asshole isn't allergic to salt. I put some in her lunch yesterday. She didn't die, did she? Eat what you're served, ingrate. Now, since the DVD release is getting so important to a film's eventual long-term reputation, isn't it time to make in-store signings more glamorous? I sign everything the fans bring. Birth certificates, school detention slips, parole cards, even a colostomy bag as it pulsated on a customer. Hey, he paid his $29.95 for the DVD. Who am I to judge, really? Now, I have a problem with porn on DVD. You can't fast forward properly. It jumps ahead, missing detail. You all know what I mean. But the porno business sure knows how to promote, and maybe we ought to pay attention. Take porn stud Jeff Stryker's example. After appearing totally nude on stage in his play, he would stand naked and fully aroused at the exit doors while ticket buyers filed by and had their picture taken with him. Now, I call that showmanship. Hollywood stars could really do the same thing. If you appeared semi-nude in your film, couldn't you at least appear semi-nude in the video shop? Come on, some of you are semi-nude here today. Face it, our business is based on voyeurism. Even in your best reviewed motion picture, someone in the audience is imagining you naked. So show it. Show it raw. In this business, you've got to be an exhibitionist to survive. Thank you. Thank you. Please welcome the producer and star of the upcoming film The Man from Elysian Fields and the star of Just Like Mona, Andy Garcia and Diane Lane.
Cinematography.
We're here to present the award for Best Cinematography.
Cinematographers in independent film today work in an increasing variety of mediums, from 16mm to high-definition video. But whatever their medium choice, their job remains the same. Make it look as good as you can for as little as you can.
Tonight's nominees have overcome limitations of budget and time to create a stunning visual world. The nominees for Best Cinematography are
Frank G. DeMarco, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Peter Deming, Mulholland Drive.
W. Mott Hopful III, The American Astronaut.
Giles Nudgens, The Deep End.
Wally Pfister, Memento. And the Spirit Award for Best Cinematography goes to
Peter Deming, Mulholland Drive.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank members of the IFP for, this is cool. I'd like to thank ABC for rejecting us and starting all this. Thanks to Studio Canal, Alain Sard, Pierre Elderman for breathing new life into Mulholland Drive after it was dead for a year and a half. Universal Focus for finishing the job so well. Collaborators Mary Sweeney, Michael Blair, Neil Edelstein, Jack Fisk. Thank you very much. To a very talented and patient cast, Laura Elena Herring, Justin Thoreau, Naomi Watts. To my crew, because so much of what ends up on the screen is their hard work, and they never really get to stand here at podiums like this. And to writer-director David Lynch for being an increasingly singular voice in the world of independent film, for being absolutely fearless in the laboratory, for trusting us to bring his dreams and visions to the screen, which is no easy task, and to be a pleasure and a privilege to work with. Let's do it again. Thanks.
Please welcome two of Mexico's rising talents and the stars of Y Tu Mama Tambien, Diego Luna and Gael Garcia Bernal.
Foreign film.
Hello.
Hello. We're here to present the award for Best Foreign Film.
They gave us this category for a very complicated set of reasons that they're not open for discussion.
But now we have cash.
Credit card.
And a United States visa. Okay?
It's for you, Elvis.
Well.
And the nominees are
Amelie, director Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Amores Perros, director Alejandro González Iñárritu.
Lumumba, director Roll Peck.
Sexy Beast, director Jonathan Glazer.
Together, director Lucas Moodysson. And the Spirit Award for, okay.
Best foreign film.
It's for
Je peux parler en français. Oh. Je peux parler en français. I can speak in French. Parce que maintenant nous savons, because now we know, le public américain, the American audience, aime beaucoup les films européens avec des sous-titres. Love European movies with subtitles. So, j'embrasse tous vos petits sexes humides. Thank you very much.
Backwards or forwards, there's only one. Joey Pantoliano.
Best Feature.
How are you? Hey, listen, Andy Garcia and Diane Lane were just announced as the new stars of Just Like Mona, which is my screenplay that I'm directing. We don't have financing yet, so I'm at table 46. Memento is every independent filmmaker's worst nightmare. And I want to say that 2 years ago today, the night before, Friday night, everybody saw Memento. And all of these studio guys were coming up to me saying, oh my God, Memento's such a great movie. I said, you're going to buy it? No. Nobody wanted to buy it. And I said, why? And they said, well, it goes backwards. Who'd want to? Nobody, the movie's not going to make a nickel, Joey, but you were good in it. Everybody knows the story behind this movie is Christopher Nolan. He did a great job. And based on his brother Jonah's short story. And I'm really proud to be a part of this movie. And it looks like a few people have won so far, so that's even better. It's a movie that goes backward, and I never got the story point to the Matrix, so what the hell am I talking about? I just want to say that all you filmmakers out there, keep up the good work, work hard. And all you guys with money, you studio executives, tattoo, make good movies on your chest, and every once in a while look down at it. Here's the Memento tape.
I have to believe in a world outside my own mind. I have to believe that my actions still have meaning, even if I can't remember them. I have to believe that when my eyes are closed, the world's still there. Do I believe the world's still there? Is it still out there? Yeah. We all need mirrors to remind ourselves who we are.
Lenny!
I guess I've already told you about my condition.
Oh, well, only every time I see you.
When you find this guy, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kill him.
Do not trust her. She's going to use you to protect herself.
Teddy, don't believe his lies.
You wander around playing detective. Well, maybe you should start investigating yourself.
I want my life back!
She starred in Sidewalks of New York. He's nominated tonight for Things Behind the Sun. Please welcome Heather Graham and Don Cheadle. Someone to Watch.
We're here to present the Someone to Watch Award, which spotlights an innovative new director and comes with an unrestricted grant of $20,000. In the past, the sponsors were all watchmakers, hence the title Someone to Watch.
Yeah, the title Someone to Watch, it worked on so many different levels, you know. Not only were the sponsors watchmakers, but the winner also was awarded a watch. So, you know, and someone is also a play on words because someone, you know, someone won, so it's a someone. But this year, we're proud to welcome a new sponsor, Turning Leaf, Coastal Reserve, the makers of the fine wine that you're drinking today. However, this presents a rather interesting dilemma because, you know, people kind of got used to the whole someone watch thing. And when the watchmakers pulled out, they kind of screwed us. So we toyed with other names like someone to drink, someone to leaf, someone to reserve, someone to wine. Somebody tossed that out, but it didn't seem right to win an award and then call it someone to wine. So, yeah.
So in the interest of simplicity and with much gratitude to the people at Turning Leaf, we're going to leave the title as it is for now, Someone to Watch. And now the nominees for the Turning Leaf Coastal Reserve Someone to Watch Award are Deborah Eisenstadt, director of Daydream Believer.
Kari Streeter and Deming Davis, directors of Lift.
Michael Gillio, director of Quick Stop.
David McQuilling, director of Too Much Sleep. And the Someone to Watch Award goes to Deborah Eisenstadt.
Thank you so much, IFP West, for this, and for the sponsors of this award. I'd also like to thank quickly my husband, my family, everyone involved who supported this project. Sybil Kempson, Jennifer Jackson, Michael Pilgrim, the Slam Dance Film Festival, and Stephen Beer, and my sister Jill, most of all. Thank you.
Here to present our next award is the man who was voted this year's Show West's Male Star of Tomorrow, Ian McKellen. Male lead.
Hello. Wonderful to be back here, and this is a very special day for me because I just had my first facial. And my first manicure. And my first pedicure. Because I wanted to look my best for these 5 wonderful actors. So the nominees for Best Male Lead are Brian Cox for LIE.
Your mom used to talk about you all the time. She was so proud of you. Told me all about your poetry, too. You know, I had some published in England. If you like, I'll show it to you. You on a diet?
Yeah.
You like your carbs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you finish this, I'll give you a ride back to Randolph Drive. I'm going that way.
Thanks, that'd be great.
Ryan Gosling for The Believer.
In the near 3 centuries, it's taken these people to emerge from the ghettos of Europe. They've ripped us out of a world of order and reason. They've thrown us into a chaos of class warfare, irrational urges, relativity, into a world where now the very existence of matter and meaning is in question. Why? Because it's the deepest impulse of a Jewish soul to pull at the very fabric of life till there's nothing left but a thread. They want nothing but nothingness. Nothingness without end.
Jack Gyllenhaal for Donnie Darko.
Here's just to lose weight, tell her to get off the couch, stop eating Twinkies, and maybe go out for field hockey. You know what? No one ever knows what they want to be when they grow up. You know, it takes a little while to find that out, right, Jim? And you. Yeah, you. You think of some jerk shoving your head down the toilet. Well, you know what? Maybe you should lift some weights or take a karate lesson, and the next time he tries to do it, you kick him in the balls.
John Cameron Mitchell for Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
All the people I have come upon in my travels, I have to think about the people who have come upon me. Tommy, can you hear me? From this milkless tit, you sucked the very business we call show. Okay.
And Tom Wilkinson for In the Bedroom.
You're so You are. That's what he said. And you're pulling the same shit with me. And that's a horrible way to be. It's horrible. You're bitter, Ruth. And you can point your finger at me all you like, but you better take a damn good look at yourself.
And the Spirit Award for Best Male Lead goes to Tom Wilkinson for In the Bedroom.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful. Anything that happens tomorrow now is going to be an anticlimax. Just on a personal
No, it's very nice to be bracketed in this award with the wonderful actor Brian Cox, whom I'm, in a certain way, sad to say that I've known for way over 30 years. But it's nice to see him today. It's very easy to do your job when you're surrounded by actors like Celia Weston, Bill Wise, William Maypother, Nick Stahl, Marissa Tomei, and Sissy Spacek. And it's very easy when you're directed by our brilliant young visionary, Todd Field. And it's also easy to do your job when you have the support of a wonderful family, Diana Hardcastle, my wife, and our two wonderful children, Alice and Molly. And finally, if you ever had notions as independent filmmakers of being so the poor relations or whatever it is you might feel, Ian and I are British, and every film we make is an independent film. And we're happy with that, but thank you very much, and I'm very grateful.
Please welcome the stars of the Miramax film Stolen Summer, Bonnie Hunt and Kevin Pollak. Documentary.
Please be seated, thank you.
That was kind of neat, Ian
Sure.
McKellen.
Oh,
McClellan.
he looked good after all that.
Yes,
stuff.
very nice.
Did you see The Lord of the Rings? He was great.
No, I didn't see it.
This isn't written down, by the way. We're just vamping this now. You didn't see it, really?
Well, it better be good, Kevin. No, I didn't see it. Go
I
ahead.
really liked it. See, I hadn't read the Lord of the Rings book, so I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't read the books. Plus, a few years ago, I saw Lord of the Dance, and that sucked. So I didn't really know.
I'm sorry, I'm flustered. I was making out with Joey Pants backstage. That was written down.
They wrote some stuff for us to say about Project Greenlight, the documentary series.
Well, reality TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many folks saw it? Just so we know. Okay, as an actor or actress, if you get asked to participate in one of these, race away. Find a place to be and go there and hide.
Anyway, we are here to present the award for Best Documentary. And we will give that award to a talented individual that is upholding the tradition of filmmaking that we're so proud to be a part of. And the nominees are Dogtown and Z-Boys, director Stacy Peralta,
Go Tigers, director Kenneth A. Carlson.
Ken, The Legacy of Cotton, director Susan Fromsky, Deborah Dickinson, and Albert Maisel.
Touch me, Jesus, touch my mind.
Promises, directors Justin Shapiro, B.Z. Goldberg, and Carlo Bellato.
Scratch, director Doug Prey.
And the Spirit Award for Best Documentary goes to Dogtown and Z-Boys! Director Stacy Peralta.
First of all, we'd like to all welcome you to our parking lot because 30 years ago, this guy right here.
We grew up here. This is our neighborhood.
This is where we grew up. And our film is about 8 losers who grew up as surf rats on this beach, skateboarding on this parking lot right here. And we never knew 30 years later that anyone would recognize us for infecting the world with skateboarding.
Yo. 6 in the morning, offshore winds, radioactive outlet. We surf here, we live here, we love you. Welcome to our neighborhood.
I want to thank some people first.
Our parking lot. Welcome to our parking lot.
Really quick, I want to thank my producer, Aggie Orsi, who's heart and soul in this project. We could not have done this without her. Editor Paul Crowder, whose heart and soul in this project also made the biggest, hugest, most difference. Thanks to Sony Classics for believing in us. Thanks to Alliance Atlantis. Thanks to Deborah McCulloch, Mark Ryder for putting together the Dream soundtrack. And thank you, Independent Spirit Awards, for allowing people like us in this building. Thank you very much. And Glenn Friedman.
Vans, tennis shoes, thank you for supporting us. $50 you can buy a pair of my shoes. We're not Michael Jordan, we're not gilded. We're ghetto, straight out. And you all are ghetto too now because you're here partying.
Please welcome a man who was independent before independent was cool, Dennis Hopper.
Best feature.
In Allison Anders' most personal film, Things Behind the Sun, she explores the countless unseen repercussions of rape. In a single act of sexual brutality perpetrated against two childhood friends leaves their lives in pieces. Now that they're adults, they still live in the shadow of violence behind the sun. With this film, Anders gives a voice to the unspeakable. Here is Things Behind the Sun.
Would it make you feel any better to know that the guy that raped you is in prison?
Yeah, it sure would. May he rot in hell, too.
I am happy to report he is. In prison, I mean.
Who are you talking about?
Sweet little girl who never had the chance.
Just for the record, more than one guy raped me.
No, but Dan was the one that was responsible. You remember her? This again. You don't even know her, man. You don't even know her.
He's a hulking presence in independent film and this year's honorary co-chair. Please welcome Ang Lee. Best Director.
Thank you. I'm an honor to be here tonight to present the award for Best Director. Now, at other award shows, the category is given to the person who has done the best job as director. But here at these Spirit Awards, this category is for people who are not capable of doing any job, good or bad. And for the independent directors, this is not really someone you would want to hire for anything he or she is. Sorry. That thing screwed me up. Sorry about that. For the independent director, is not really someone you would want to hire for anything. He or she is driven, haunted by the images and ideas, even if polite on the surface, is rude and monomaniacal on the inside, and also boring because they are incapable of thinking or doing anything except that which will help them to make the movie that is inside of them. Each of today's nominees in this category is, I'm sure, unemployable and inhuman in their own particular way, and thus worthy of all our respect and, of course, our fear. The nominees for Best Director are Michael Gesta for LIE, Cheryl Danielle for Stranger Inside, Richard Linklater for Waking Life. John Cameron Mitchell for Hedwig and Angry Inch. Christopher Nolan for Memento. And the award goes to Christopher Nolan for Memento.
Well, if you're lucky enough to get nominated for more than one award, and you're lucky enough to win one, you tend to put all your eggs into that basket. So I don't actually have another speech prepared, but so I'll just once again say thank you very much to IFP and everybody involved in the making of the film, who I've already named, and just to thank the one set of people that I didn't in the last speech, which is the audiences for these films. I think our film, perhaps more than any other, benefited from people's willingness to see something a little different from what everybody else was offering, and I think that everybody would do well to have a lot of faith in audiences, because certainly in our case, they came to see our film, and I'm very grateful to them. So thank you all.
Please welcome the stars of Mulholland Drive and the upcoming feature Full Frontal, Naomi Watts and Blair Underwood. First feature.
Directing your first film is perhaps the purest expression of your talent, and also possibly the most difficult. You channel all your passion, personal experience, and creativity into one single expression of everything you believe in.
Only to get that fateful call saying, congratulations, you've just done a small film that's interesting, small and interesting. Now let me hire you to do something that's neither.
But for now, tonight's nominees can take pride in the fact that their first film was made on their own terms.
Yes. The nominees for Best First Feature are The Anniversary Party, directors Jennifer Jason Leigh and Alan Cumming.
I love you. Just trust that, please. Don't do this.
Otis, come here! Come on, the boy! Come! I'm not sure we understand that word in the same way. Otis!
What, love?
You walked out of a 5-year marriage.
That has not the first thing to do with love, Sally. It's about whether we can live together like this all the time.
It's not like this all the time.
Do I want anyone else? No. Do I want to be with you for the rest of my natural life? I am really trying.
The Believer, director Henry Bean.
What did you do when Sergeant was killing your son? What could he have done? What could he have done? Sergeant's killing his kid. What could he have done? He could have jumped the guy, gouged his eyes out, grabbed his bayonet, and
They would
gutted
have shot him on the spot. They would have been dead in 2 seconds. Who are you to judge?
So he's dead. Big deal. He's worse than dead now. He's a piece of shit. Look at him.
You're going back.
What do you think he should have done?
Danny, don't listen to him. It's all a bunch of crap.
What's crap?
The so-called Holocaust. It never happened.
Donnie Darko, director Richard Kelly.
I know your friend.
Real or imaginary?
Imaginary.
Would you like to talk about this friend?
Frank.
Frank. What did Frank say?
Said to follow him.
Follow him. Where?
Into the future.
And then what happens?
And then he said... that the world was coming to an end.
Do you think the world is coming to an end?
No.
Ghost World director Terry Zwigoff.
Didn't you get training about upsizing?
Yeah, but I feel really weird. It's pretty sleazy.
It's not optional.
Jesus. Hi. Could I get a medium 7-Up?
Medium? Why, sir, do you not know that for a mere 25 cents more, you could purchase a large beverage? And you know, I'm only telling you this because we're such good friends. Medium is really only for suckers who don't know the concept of value.
And in the bedroom, director Todd Field.
I want to know what's going on.
Oh, right.
Well, you're obviously upset. Is there something we can talk about?
Talk? Who, us? What if somebody walked in? They wouldn't recognize us. They'd think they were in the wrong house.
Do you want to talk or not?
Oh, you mean about our dead son? No. We haven't before. Why should we bother now?
And the Spirit Award for Best First Feature goes to In the Bedroom, Todd Field.
This is for Best First Feature, and as I'm sure many people in this room realize, when you are attempting to make your first feature film, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest with about 3 pickup trucks on your back. And you need so much help in so many ways. And I was truly, truly blessed in the people that I was able to collaborate with on this picture, beginning with Graham Leader and Rob Festinger, Andre Dubus, who wrote the short story that the film is based upon, and then Ted Hope. Ted Hope and Ann Carey at Good Machine were the first people to read the script and said, we're going to make this. One way or the other, we're going to make it. And along with Ted and Ann, Ross Katz, the indefatigable, amazing Ross Katz, refused to let the film die. And it was a very, very hard film to get made, as you could see from the Get Laid graph. It's not a terribly sexy film, even though the title is In the Bedroom. I was also blessed in having a tremendous amount of support in really actors, Celia Weston, Bill Wise, Justin Ashforth, William Mapother, Nick Stahl, Marissa Tomei, Sissy Spacek, Tom Wilkinson. These are very, very smart actors. They're and I would have had to really have been an idiot to screw it up. I really just stayed out of their way, and that's the truth. I also would like to mention some people that rarely get mentioned, but I would like to acknowledge my cinematographer, Antonio Calvache, my editor, Frank Reynolds, my costume designer, Melissa Economy, my production designer, who is Shannon Hart / Sissy Spacek / Serena Rathbun, my wife, who came kicking and screaming, but really, really saved us. And I know I'm leaving about 1 billion people out, but thank you very much.
Please welcome one of the stars of Waking Life and Tape, Ethan Hawke. Best Feature.
Can you hear me? Is it working? Yeah. It's my honor to be here tonight to present Waking Life. I've had the pleasure of working with Richard Linklater 4 times, and for over the last 10 years, I think he's really embodied what the independent spirit really is. Thank you. He's carried on a long tradition of, I screwed up the whole thing, but yeah, okay, a great tradition of films about people sitting around talking about things and ideas that make life beautiful as well as unfathomably strange. Waking Life is a rambling series of speculations on everything from the purpose of collective memory to the relevance of free will. It shows us that the search for meaning is its own reward. Combining Richard's filmmaking with brilliant animation of Bob Sabiston, the film creates an entirely new cinematic consciousness, and here it is, Waking Life.
What do you think of my little vessel? She's what we call seaworthy, S-E-E, see with your eyes. I feel like my transport should be an extension of my personality. Voila. And this is like my little window to the world, and every minute's a different show.
You often feel like you're observing your life from the perspective of an old woman about to die. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I still feel that way sometimes. Like I'm looking back on my life. Like my waking life is her memories.
The ongoing wow is happening right now. We are all co-authors of this dancing exuberance where even our inabilities are having a roast. We are the authors of ourselves, co-authoring a gigantic Dostoevsky novel starring clowns.
Please welcome the president of IFP West's Board of Directors and the star of the upcoming film Hoffman, Bondi Curtis Hall and Lily Sobieski. Truer Than Fiction.
A documentary starts with nothing but a feeling that an audience might be interested in some obscure segment of society or a bizarre cultural phenomenon.
That feeling sparks curiosity. That curiosity grows into obsession. Singular determination that will not rest until the story is told.
It is those obsessed few that the DirecTV IFC Truer Than Fiction Award was created to honor.
This award is accompanied by a $20,000 unrestricted grant funded by DirecTV and the Independent Film Channel.
The finalists for the 2002 DirecTV IFC Truer Than Fiction Award are
Odette Bezelberg for Children Underground.
Sandy Simka Dabowski for Trembling Before God.
BZ Goldberg, Carlos Bellato, and Justine Shapiro for Promises.
Alex Lambert for The Mark of Cain.
Monteith McCullum for Hybrid.
And the DirecTV IFC Truer Than Fiction Award goes to
Monteith McCullum.
for Hybrid.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. I couldn't believe that a film about an old farmer and corn could go so far. And I really want to thank my wife, who edited the film and made so much possible that was there. As well as my family, who stuck through it and persevered through my relentless interviews, and the festivals that believed in the film. And this DirecTV award, I just sitting in my hand here, but just thanks a lot.
Please welcome last year's Spirit Award winner for Requiem for a Dream, who can be seen this summer in the divine sequence of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood, Ellen Burstyn. Female lead.
Hi, everybody. Well, they say that Hollywood isn't writing great parts for women anymore. But after acting in Requiem for a Dream last year and seeing these nominees, I think the best roles for women are found in the world of independent film. The nominees for Best Female Lead are Kim Dickens for Things Behind the Sun,
You know what, matter of fact, I don't want a drink, and I don't want dinner, I don't want anything. I just want to get out of here, because you're starting to piss me off, because you think you know more about my rape than I do.
Maybe I do.
Do you want to know about my rape? You think you know? Try this on. Try living your life knowing that all your sexual desires have been colonized by your rapist. Try living with the guilt, knowing that the only way you get turned on is by acting out the very thing that ruined your life. Try living with that one.
Molly Parker. Molly Parker for The Center of the World.
We did it. That was real.
No, but you didn't feel anything?
What do you expect? I mean, you hired me.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff has happened since then.
No, nothing's happened, no. It's all in your head.
What about yesterday?
What did you think, that I was falling in love with you?
Yeah. I love you.
You don't even know me.
Sissy Spacek for In the Bedroom.
Well, I don't know if you go through that, or if you go through anything. But that's your choice, dear, not mine.
Goddamn right it is. My choice is not to scream at the world. Maybe one of us has to be reasonable around here. You ever think of that?
Reasonable? Gee, Matt, I don't know about you, but I miss my son. I'm glad you have time for reason. It's what you imparted to Frank, that sense of reason.
Tilda Swinton for The Deep End.
Perhaps you're right, Mr. Sparrow. Perhaps I could be trying a little harder. Maybe sometime tomorrow, between dropping Dylan at baseball practice and picking up my father-in-law from the hospital, I might find a way to try a little harder. Maybe I should take a page from your book. Go to the track. Find a card game. Maybe I should blackmail someone.
And Carrie Washington for Lift.
That's what you think? You didn't even tell him. You left. You left, and it's my fault? You. He was gonna leave me. How do you know that? You don't. And either way, you still had me. My man's gone now, too. Angelo's dead. Am I standing here blaming you for that?
And the Spirit Award for Best Female Lead goes to Sissy Spacek.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Who cares how big your trailer is anyway? Or even if you have one. I want to thank our wonderful producers, though. By the second day, they provided us with the most wonderful honey wagon. I thank you. I want to thank my wonderful castmates, especially Tom Wilkinson. My roots are deep in independent film. I've worked in independent films since 1973, so this picture was really like coming home. And I want to say that I think Todd Field really embodies all that an independent filmmaker needs to embody, and that is a tenacious character, a little bit like a bulldog. I want to say one thing for all independent filmmakers to remember. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. Thank you.
She's the star of Moulin Rouge and this year's honorary co-chair. He's the star of Pinheiro. Please welcome Nicole Kidman and Benjamin Bratt.
Hello. How you feeling, Nicole? You feel good?
Yeah?
It's a big weekend for you, no?
Yeah.
Break a leg or whatever they say.
Thank you.
Yeah, go get them.
No, it's great though to be here because to be asked, it was such an honor to be asked to do this. I have such admiration for people that go out and fight for what they believe in. So here we go.
So what we will announce next will probably change the course of the rest of the afternoon for many of you. Right?
Yeah, well, let's get to it.
The nominees for Best Feature are Hedwig and the Angry Inch, producers Christine Vachon, Kate Ramel and Pamela Koffler.
LIE producers Renee Bastian, Linda Moran, and Michael Cresta.
Memento, producers Jennifer Todd and Suzanne Todd.
Things Behind the Sun producers Daniel Hassett, Doug Mankoff, and Robin Alper.
And Waking Life, producers Ann Walker McVeigh, Tommy Pallotta, Palmer West, and Jonah Smith.
And the Spirit Award for Best Feature goes to, I'm shaking, Memento, produced by Jennifer Todd and Suzanne Todd.
Thank you. Thank you to the IFC for this. And my sister Suzanne and I are so proud to have produced this film. And we're proud to represent it for the many people who work so hard to bring it to you. And it is truly an independent film. It was independently financed and independently distributed. And The force behind this was a company called Newmarket Capital, especially Will Tyre and Chris Ball. There's our group over here. I also want to thank Bob Burney, who led the distribution, who I saw earlier. I want to thank Patrick Wachsberger and Summit Entertainment as well. Oh, I'm so nervous. I want to thank my crew who's here tonight, our DP Wally Pfister, Patty Podesto, our production designer, our Academy Award nominated editor Dodie Dorn, and our line producer Elaine Dysinger. I want to thank our amazing cast, the lovely Carrie-Anne, our good luck charm, Joey Pants, who reminds you that he is the good luck charm every chance he gets, and of course the amazing Guy Pearce. And the other filmmakers I need to thank are clearly Jonah Nolan, who not only wrote the script, the story the script was based on, but he also worked as a PA on the film. And he's going to appreciate me for mentioning that. I want to thank our associate producer, Emma Thomas Nolan, who worked very, very hard on this. I want to thank Aaron Ryder, who is the unsung hero and engine behind the movie, our executive producer. And last but not least, we want to thank, of course, Chris Nolan, who is as nice to work with as he is talented. And it was a joy to watch him put this movie together, and a joy for us, and I think for everyone in the cast and crew.
And as you already heard tonight, this was an independent movie that we made, we showed to distributors, and nobody wanted, as Joey told you. For Jen and I, you know, we've made a lot of studio films, and this was our first independent film, so you can imagine what that evening was like, the film we were so proud of that nobody wanted to distribute. So obviously the audience finding it meant so much to us, and working with a talent like Christopher Nolan is just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I have to say to everyone at home who loves movies the way Jen and I have since we were little, that you should follow your dreams and follow your passions, and you know, like Jen and I, you can be two little girls, sisters from the valley, and you know, make some of your dreams come true.
Thank you.
Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for coming. Go out this weekend and pay to see NC-17 or an unrated movie. Thank you very much.